Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Hal again from YouTube and Joe Dirte from Outlands. This is NKB Guild. I'm going to show you just a quick video of the NKB Guild house. For some of the newer players that join, there's a lot of amenities, a lot of features in this house that we've put money into to kind of help your gameplay. And so I just wanted to make a quick video, a little intro video as to kind of the benefits of joining the guild and using the guild house. So we'll start off with the location. So as you can see on the map, this is just right above the quarry, which if you go up this road, let's zoom out a little bit. As you can see, Shadowspire Cathedral's right here, so it's just a quick jaunt down. Great hunting location in the quarry. A lot of PvP action. A lot of reds come through, and currently we're kind of the only house right here that's closest to the quarry. We got a boathouse up here that's not ours. But I haven't seen anyone in there in forever, and the closest house is going to be kind of over in this area, and it's a much smaller house. Not dogging on that person, but just saying we have a fantastic location. So next thing is that, obviously, like probably most people, the access to the doors. Only friended or gilded people can come in here. So if you're getting chased down by reds, they're not going to be able to come in the house unless the doors are open, obviously. So just make sure to keep those doors closed whenever you come in and out. The next thing I want to say, it looks like somebody's training. One of our guys is training forensic. It looks like right here, or taste ID. But anyways, I want to say the other amenity that we got is the distro chest. So this chest right here, the distribution chest, this thing's fantastic. Some of you people are familiar with this. A lot of newer people aren't. It's kind of a spendier item. I think it's 500k at the Prevailing Merchant. We went ahead and bought this, just like most guilds kind of have this thing. Whenever we do bosses, or whenever we do kind of group or guild dungeon crawls, we come back here, we drop the loot in. As you can see, it looks like there's probably a hunting party out there right now that's collecting. You can use this to distribute items evenly and make it really fair. So you just add, whoever's on the list right here. You can do this and add somebody. You can kind of say whoever's in my party, right? So I only have one person in my party right now. If I were to get rid of everybody and hit party, it's me and Haywood. You click nearby, which is kind of everybody in the house, or you can say whoever was at the boss. Obviously, we haven't done a boss, so it's not going to work. But it'll throw everybody's name on there. You hit distribute items. I think it's like you check once, it says, are you sure? You check twice, and it'll distribute. It's just a really easy way to make everything fair. It distributes the item count fairly. So if there's 10 items and 5 people, you hit distribute, everybody's going to get 2 items. And then you split up the gold, it'll distribute the gold. So the items are random, but the item count is fair. Everybody's going to get the same amount. So that's really cool. And then the next thing that we've kind of purchased for our guild is our bank box. Don't mind this guy, I'll get to him in a second. So the bank box is pretty cool. That's kind of a newer feature, newer patch that came out a little bit ago. Basically, you can take gold and you could drop it onto the top of the bank box, right? You click and drag gold from your pack or pack horse or whatever, or the ground, whatever. You drop it on there and it'll go straight into your personal bank. It won't go to the guild bank, it'll go to your bank only. Which is really helpful because when we distribute gold, if you're standing in the house, it'll go to your pack. Well, let's say it's 20k, you're not going to be able to run around with that, so you want to go ahead and drop it right there. What's up, man? Yo, buddy. Doing a video. Be with you in a sec. So the bank box is cool, man. You can't access your bank. You can't drop any items in there. But what you can do is just put your gold into it. It's super sweet when you come back from fighting, dungeon grinding, whatever. You just boom, drop your gold. It's pretty sweet. Everybody uses it all the time. It's really awesome. Another spendy item, I think that's 500k as well. So we've purchased a lot of cool things to help the guild out. So moving right along, we'll go to the item recycler chest. So this guy right here, the white chest. This thing's really sweet. It's kind of a little bit of a learning curve, but basically, if you ID items, right, you get magical items or unidentified, you drop your magical items in here. You can identify them with item ID, or there's item ID wands. There's container ID wands, which you can identify the whole container. Like, let's say you got 20 items in there. You click the container ID wand, you click the container, boom, everything in there's identified. Once it's identified, you know, you'll have like a power, you know, mace or something, right? You can click, do I want to recycle it or not? So everything that you check green, you're basically saying get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of anything that's regular, rune, might, right? And everything that's red, you're saying keep that, do not recycle it. So, you know, like for spell books, I want to keep all the exceedingly, all the supremely, all the vanquishing, and so forth, right? It has musical instruments, wands. So it's just a really fast way, right? You could say dump into recycler, click that, click your pack, click a pack horse, click a pouch, whatever you want. It'll automatically dump in here. Change your settings to what you want to recycle. Hit begin recycling, and it'll smash everything that fits the description of the green, what you want to go away. Remember, red is like keep all that good stuff, right? We want to keep the good stuff. So in NKB Guild House, we have Dustbuster. He is our item ID guy, right? So this is just a character that we have set up macroing item ID. He's 120 item ID. Every 3 seconds, he item IDs the entire container. So there's no more need for an ID one. There's no more need for an ID container one. You drop your items in here. At the very most, 3 seconds later, you're going to have all of your stuff identified. So essentially, you drop in, as long as you have your settings checked, give it about a second, up to 3 seconds, hit begin recycling, boom, everything's recycled, right? So this is just kind of some scraps of what people have left in here. And this is all for the guild to use. It's essentially free for you guys to use, right? We've invested a lot of money, a lot of time to make these cool little quirks and little features. It's free for you to use, so hugely beneficial. The repair bench that the item recycler is sitting on, a repair bench, right? It's got a couple charges. So you double click this bad boy, and it's going to repair everything on your character and in your bag, right? All your weapons, all your spell books, all your armor. If you're new to Outlands, I think, you know, if you've played UO in the past, remember, like, if you had an item that was, you know, 50 out of 100 durability, it's been used, it's been worked, you go to repair it, it usually dropped that top level of durability. So if it was 50 out of 100, you repair it, now it's like 89 out of 89 durability. On UO Outlands, that does not happen. Everything maintains its top performance, maximum durability. So if you have an item that's, you know, 57 out of 100 durability, if you click this repair bench, double click it, then it'll repair up to full 100 out of 100. It's super important that you do that on Outlands, because as your spellbook gets damaged, as your weapons get damaged, you'll do less damage output. So, you know, if you're going to fight with a spellbook that you've been hunting with for a couple runs in the dungeon, that thing's going to be used and abused, and so you want to repair it so that it does maximum performance. So don't worry about the charges. We have a gazillion charges that we reload this with. So if it starts getting low, we'll put it back up to that 500 out of 500 capacity. So use it all the time. Every time you come back to the guild house, double click that guy, repair everything you got. The next thing, obviously, we have a little bit of runebook library here. This is totally free for you guys to use, right? On UO Outlands, rune tomes are kind of the newest thing. They're really cool. You double click it. So the green one, we have all the dungeons. We have a couple wilderness daemon spots. As you can see here, the recall charges, 16 out of 50. We have a gazillion of recall charges. Don't feel like you're using too many. Use them as much as you want. You know, the blue one, we got some towns. We got a couple areas to train. Hall of Societies, where you get your society points. You know, all the yellow-looking ones. These are all T-map zones. We got a bunch of other little ones. This one, purple one, it's kind of taming spots for those tamers out there that want to spend the next 6 months just grinding away. But it's free for you guys to use. Let's say you go to one of these books and there's 0 recall charges here, right? It's been used up, and you're like, shoot, you know, I'm not a mage, I don't have any recall charges, how am I ever going to get around? Well, we have this little chest right here. We kind of call it our Goodwill chest. This is basically a guild donation chest. Anybody in the guild has access to this chest, and this is something that was kind of, it was requested by a guild member saying, hey, I want to donate stuff to other guild members, but I want, you know, can we get a chest where we could just kind of throw stuff and people can take as they need? And so, I mean, you have a lot of generous stuff in here. I mean, any guild member can come and take these, essentially, right? If they want to use it, it's kind of free. It was just donated by another guildie. As you can see, we have a Shadow Iron War Mace. Somebody just wanted to say, hey man, I don't need it. If somebody wants it, take it. We have a bunch of poison stuff here. I think we got some poison weapons here. This is all just by the guild, right? This is kind of any accessed guild member, any ranking guild member can access this. So the recall charges, we're down to 21. Usually this thing is like in the thousands. So you take this guy, you pop it on the book. Now I need to go make more. So, but as you can see, it's reloaded. So we'll get that restocked and keep these recall charges flowing in these books. The next thing I wanted to talk about, another cool feature that we've invested, is a stable master. So as you can see, this guy right here, we have a stable master in our house. You access your stables from it. You can stable your pets. You can take your pets out. You can always buy pets, right? Buy a horse, buy a pack horse, get out there and start hunting again. We also have, you can't see it right now, we got some players here AFK, but we have our Dockmaster. So as you can see, we're right next to the water. Free to use the Dockmaster. And remember guys, this is stuff only accessible by the guild. So somebody can't be running along here and access their stables. This is something that we wanted to be for guild specific members, something that we want to give back to you guys, something that gives you like an incentive as to joining our guild. NKB, New Kids on the Block. The next thing is we have a storage shelf. As you can see, we have one over here. This is kind of for the guild leaders. Myself, Joe Dirte, and Davey Wavy. This is our house. We've been grinding for over a year on Outlands, and that's our personal one. Since we created a guild, we decided to make a guild storage shelf for the guild, right? In order to access this, you can see we're kind of down some items. People have just been using this thing like crazy. Normally we have like 10,000 of each reg, so as soon as this video's done, I got to get back out there and stock up all this stuff. We have a lot of members that have just been grinding, and we really appreciate you guys. So in order to access this, I've done another video on it. You can check it out. This is basically when you enter the guild, you enter as a rookie, right? That's rank 1. It's the lowest rank of any guild. When we rank you up to level 2, you have access to this. A 50k donation gets you access to this storage shelf, as well as access through this door. So there's nothing super spectacular on the other side of this door, right? We got a couple little items you can use here. The main reason why we did this is just for security. So if reds do happen to pop through this door, somebody left the door open, reds come storming through here, they're not going to be able to get through this door, right? It's just another level of security. We wanted to add that for those second rank members with that 50k donation. Speaking of security, so we have a super cool feature here that we've included in our NKB guild house. We have our house bouncer. So our house bouncer is constantly, nearly 24/7. I got people saying what's up. Let's say what's up to them really quick. Be with you in a sec. So, the house bouncer is currently running a nearly 24/7 script to ban anybody that runs right in our house. So if you run inside, if you're getting chased down by a red, you were hunting at the quarry, red comes in, you manage to run back to the house, you blast through the doors, you can't get a second to close the doors before they make it in, the house bouncer will detect them, and boom, they're banned probably faster than you can blink. And that just adds to our security, right? It's a super hot PvP zone, like I said, and we want to make it as safe as possible for all of our guild members. If we get a stealther that, maybe we cast a moon gate from the bank, we come into the house, stealther follows you in, he's constantly casting detect hidden. So he'll detect thieves, stealthers, all that, ban them immediately. So it's just a nice layer of security that we have for you guys. The other thing that I wanted to show you, which is funny that a guild member just used, is we have our teleporting lanterns. So these lanterns are something, it's a script that I've written. I can't take credit for it. I borrowed it. I don't want to say stole. I didn't steal it. I borrowed it from somebody else on Outlands, and I kind of modified it. So our house bouncer also has chivalry, and he's able to gate to wherever you want to go. So the bottom lantern here, this is going to take you to all the dungeons. This middle lantern here is going to take you to all the towns. And the top layer, the top lantern here is going to take you to our NKB vendor house, which I'll show you in a second. So the way that this works is you double click this lantern, and he's going to teleport us right to our vendor house. So let's go check that out. Alright, so now that we're at the NKB Guild House, so this house is a public house, meaning it's open to everybody and anybody in the world. This is a house that's owned by an NKB Guild member, and all the vendors are placed by NKB Guildies. So if you're in our guild, New Kids on the Block, we've given you the option to place a vendor at our house, and you can sell your goods back to the public, right? We go out and farm together, we go do bosses together. We wanted to give you that option of selling stuff back to the public by having a vendor here. So it's super typical in Outlands for vendors to be placed all over. It's really typical for you essentially to rent out a vendor spot at somebody else's house, right? You don't own a house, or you don't have a really good foot traffic throughout the area of your house, and so you'll go and essentially buy a vendor spot at somebody else's house. The price can range from free if you have a buddy that's going to let you do that owns the house, or it could be 10K a week, 15K a week, something kind of steep, maybe even for the newer players, maybe even for the seasoned players, 10, 15K a week, maybe you don't play that much. It all depends, like I said, on the foot traffic. If it's a really hot zone, you got a lot of people walking by, like Prevalia Moongate, any of the moon gates, there's a lot of foot traffic that goes through there, so the price can be a little steep per week. If you're an NKB guild member, we charge you 2K a week, right? That 2K a week goes into our guild funds. The guild funds allows us to do stuff like this, buy additional houses for stuff like this. It's essentially used to restock that storage shelf, buy like the distribution chest, stuff that that 2K a week goes into the guild, but all those funds go back into the guild. We don't profit from that as individuals. We don't go and buy stuff for our players. We go out and farm just like you guys do. So 2K a week, you could place a vendor here and sell all your goods. All these vendors right here are owned by, like I said, members of our guild. One of our players has taken it upon himself to have a band person right here as well. So if you're in here trying to buy something, and a red runs right into the house because it's an open house, he's going to get banned immediately, right? If you are a red and you want to shop this zone, if you get banned, you could still purchase, right? You could still hang out on the outside perimeter of this house. You could still buy stuff. We just wanted to make this like a comfortable zone for our customers, making sure that they're not being attacked or they're not being messed with as they're in here purchasing items. So what you can't see is that we have a couple players that are in different towns gating here. So that way, if you're in a town, we're advertising, hey, come shop at our house, come buy our goods. We farm the dungeon, we sell it back to you guys. With Chivalry, the gate doesn't show up here, so you can't actually see that working. But trust me, there's gates popping up in towns. We advertise for you guys, so we want our guild members to have their items being purchased. One thing we're going to implement very, very, very soon is that, well, if you come here via Chivalry Gate, there's no way back. If you don't have recall scrolls, if you don't have Majory, how in the heck do you get back? We're going to place a couple rune books here for the public, allowing them to recall back to wherever they want to go, right? Essentially back to a town, back to a moon gate. We'll be setting that up very soon. So anyways, guys, let's get back to the house, give you one last shot at what we got. So NKB Guild House for you newer members that are joining, for you people that are looking for a guild that want to join, for you people that maybe your guild's not the right fit for you, you're looking for something else. We've done a lot of stuff here for you to give you some success, make your gameplay a lot smoother, a lot easier. Last little shout out that I forgot to mention, we got the server bonus map, right? These are all the weekly bonuses that the server gives out. All of these percentages stay the same. It's the locations that'll change each week. As you can see, this one's got 5 days, 21 hours left. It resets every Friday. That's all I got to say. I hope you enjoyed the NKB Guild House. I hope you're looking to join us. We got tons of awesome members. Really active guild. Anyways, thanks for checking us out. Hope to see you soon. Later.